talk to me.
Information, news, and entertainment on demand.
WSRadio.com.
Welcome to the Mary Goulet Show, cultivating a rich interior. Now, here's Mary.
Welcome to the program. I'm Mary Goulet, your host, and this episode, these next four, are going to be about what I do for a living, real estate, but in a different angle. And my guests today are Scott Carson and Stephanie Goodman from WeCloseNotes.com. So if you're checking this out, go to their website so you can kind of browse around while you listen to what we're talking about. I find it fascinating. Welcome, Scott and Stephanie.
Good morning. We're excited to be here. Thanks for having us, Barry.
Yep, I'm thrilled. Okay, full disclosure, we met at the fabulous New Media Summit.
Fabulous doesn't say enough.
Anything, right? It is 4 in. How many have you been to?
Just two.
Are you going to come back in September?
Oh, yeah. Steph's already booked the hotel.
Right on. Okay, so listening to this, go to newmediasummit.net and become an attendee, because I loved listening to Caleb Coombs, Who Let the Teens Out? That's his podcast. Mm-hmm. He's 16, and he attended the New Media Summit, and on the last day, I passed him by and I said, hey, nice to meet you. You did a fabulous pitch. How did you like the summit? He goes, I've been to a lot of conferences. This one is my favorite because of the interaction.
Yep.
You get to meet the 40 icons, 150 attendees, almost 200 people there, and the staff, the team, everybody's so great. No one is unapproachable.
Mm-mm. I like to use the term co-opetition.
Co-opetition.
We use it in our neck of the woods, but it's an event where everybody is cooperating together. We're all very competitive. We all have our own shows or want to get booked, but it's all co-opetition. We're all giving best points, and that's the beautiful thing about your show and everybody else's shows. Everybody's got a different little angle, and it's a great way for us to kind of truly meld the minds together of our experiences, whether you're new or seasoned. I took some great nuggets away from people that are brand new. That I was like, oh, I didn't even think about that. And then, of course, talking with other people that are experienced too, you get a lot of great knowledge and experience that really can add to your show and your podcast.
Yeah, it's so awesome because we can shape our show any way we want it to be. Yeah. You know, I'm on a clock here, but I'm starting a new series of podcasts tomorrow that are going to be 5 minutes. So content's 4.5. So anyone can make it up as however they want to do it.
That's right.
Okay, so you're here because I think you're awesome, both of you. WeCloseNotes.com. Just give me a little bit of an overview of what this is about.
Yeah, because there's a lot of stuff there. I'm the CEO of this. We're a real estate investment and education company based out of Austin, Texas. And what we focus on is buying distressed debt. So we buy mortgages where the borrowers have stopped making payments or are behind on payments. We buy these mortgages directly from thousands of different banks and hedge funds across the country on a regular basis. And our goal, when we buy the debt, we buy it at such a substantial discount because the borrower hasn't paid in 12 months or 24 months or sometimes 6 years. We buy that debt at a huge discount with the goal being in mind, Mary, that we don't want to really take the property back. We want to buy the debt, and then we like to reach out to the homeowners and try, as I think to coin the term, rehab the borrower if we can. You know, let's try to come to some sort of payment plan. What happened? I mean, I don't care what your country western song was because everybody has one. Let's just figure out a true win-win solution for to keep them in the property, because I would much rather keep them in the property than having to foreclose and take the property back.
Okay, so these are bank-owned or REO? No, nothing.
Not REOs.
What are they?
When it's an REO, the bank's already gone through foreclosure. So it's actually the mortgage. So you have a mortgage on your house.
Correct.
If you stop paying the mortgage, the banks just start calling you on a regular basis, right? Hey,
Correct.
pay me. Well, after you've stopped paying for a while, whether it's 3 months or 6 months or 12 months, the bank is looking to sell the debt, not the house, the debt.
The servicing?
The mortgage itself.
Okay.
The mortgage, the servicing is included with the mortgage.
Okay.
But we become the bank. We literally will buy that mortgage. Let's say you're in California here, say mortgage is $500,000, house is worth $450,000. We'll buy the debt usually at around 50 cents on the dollar of value or less, because now we take on that bank's
burden.
Exactly. We become the bank, and then we make our money by reaching to the homeowner and trying to work some sort of payment plan. Either get them back on time, do some sort of loan modification. If they can't come to any type of situation or payment plan, then we offer cash for keys or let them turn around and sell the property on a short sale. And then worst case, if they just tell us to go pound sand and they don't want to deal with us, then we'll start the foreclosure and litigation process.
Okay. You must have a team.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, it's not just me and Steph here. Steph's my VP of operations. Does a great job keeping me in line. But I have a team of people across the country. That I have an asset manager that used to work for a major servicing company out of New Jersey. She's handling our borrower outreach, along with working with our servicing company, which is Madison Management out of New Jersey. And they're the ones that are reaching out on a regular basis to our borrowers, trying to get some sort of resolution.
So how did you create something like this that has so many layers and levels and inherent risk?
I've been doing this for over a decade now. So if you think back a decade ago when everything was hitting the fan in 2008.
Yes, perfect timing.
Exactly. I used to be a mortgage broker.
Okay. Now, I'm trying to piece it together here.
Previous mortgage broker, when everything started hitting the fan, I stopped on the origination side and jumped over and started just calling the same banks that I was originating for. And they would send me lists of borrowers and mortgages that were in default. The borrower wasn't paying. And I could cherry pick those lists. I can still cherry pick those lists today.
That's what I was going to ask you. Are you buying a pool or are you buying only, I like this one, I like that one, and they'll let you do that?
Both.
Okay.
Now, some banks, let's make a big clarification. If you've got a mortgage with like Chase or Citibank or Wells Fargo, any of the big 5 or 6, they're not going to let you cherry pick. They want you to buy like $50 million worth at a time.
Right.
And
that's Wall Street.
Yeah, exactly. I'm more Main Street. So we deal with a lot of regional banks that have, they're lending in 3, 4, 5, 10 states. They've got a couple hundred branches. They send us lists that we can cherry pick, or we can buy a portfolio as well. It just varies on what the bank has in their books that they're looking to get rid of.
Very interesting. I used to work on Wall Street, institutional bonds and mortgage-backed securities. So, I mean, we
speaking the same language here, yeah.
Now we are.
Yeah.
Now we are. But it just seems so complicated that you're looking at your books every week, every month to see if anything's falling through the cracks or.
That's why you have to have a team. I mean, I've got a great team that works for me that handles looking at my portfolio constantly on a monthly basis. They're working hand in hand with our servicing company, Madison Management. Now we also, if a borrower stops paying, isn't paying, or won't work out with us, then we have our attorneys actually here in Southern California that handle most of the foreclosure process for us. What's
the percentage that actually go to foreclosure?
A national average, if you buy 10 notes, you probably get 2 to 3 that'll reinstate with some sort of payment plan for you. 2 to 3 that will accept it like a deed in lieu or cash for keys where you can pay them to walk away. And then the other 50% you're going to probably foreclose.
So those cash for keys that walk away, let me know and I'll go and
exactly right.
Fix it up and sell it for you.
That's right. I wish I was buying stuff here in California.
There's nothing affordable.
Nothing affordable. I mean, the stuff that we see here is still pretty expensive, even in distressed debt. I buy a lot in places where we get a lot bigger bang for our buck as far as ROI, like Michigan, Indiana, Missouri, the Carolinas. I've bought a lot in God's waiting room, as I like to call Florida.
Right. It totally is. That in Palm Desert.
That's exactly. Well, I've bought stuff here in California in the years. I've bought here in San Diego, L.A., 29 Palms, Palm Springs.
So the ones that you could do that in California with are the people that had no idea that there were options for them.
That's correct.
Because the equity rise here, it's pretty solid. So my house I've had for 29 years. It's never gone down, but it's maybe stagnated in value, because I'm closer to the beach.
Right.
But there are parts in, Alpine, Hamul, Hemet, and the quantity of units in Palm Desert, Palm Springs, all those areas, Indio, there's like a glut on the marketplace. And there's a lot of second homes there. Mm-hmm. So anyway, fascinating to me because I love real estate and I love getting in on that. And I talked to you about Michigan, Detroit.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So we have about a minute and a half. A distressed property is what you just described. So people lose their job, they lose their enthusiasm.
They get sick, get laid off, they go through a divorce, some sort of financial hiccup where they just can't pay their mortgage anymore.
And you miss one, it's downhill from there.
For the most part, yeah, 85% of Americans today are still one missed paycheck away from being in default. Actually, the national average is we're still at about a 3.5-4% default rate across the country for even new originations. But 1 out of 10 Americans is a month behind their mortgage already.
Oh, brother.
I know, it's not good. And it's only going to get worse. I mean, we keep talking about a market correction. I don't think we're going to see as extreme here in California as we did 10 years ago. But there's still a lot of places that have just risen up crazy. And we're starting to see that in like Dallas and Houston and some of the other places. Miami's going through that. Some of these places that have rebounded really strong, they're starting to see a dip in the market, and people have been excited to get in the market, have overpaid. And if the market turns south, there's going to be a lot of people that are underwater 10, 20, 30%.
Okay, but the one thing that will at least has been a saving grace is that the regulations for getting a loan after 2008 were so restrictive. It really stopped new loans for a long time.
It did for a while, but subprime is back. They got now call it.
Bam, stated income, bank loan statements.
Non-prime is what they call it now.
Non-prime.
I'm seeing banks and hedge funds and private lending institutions doing like 100% financing with a 520 FICO.
That's crazy. Okay, we're going to cover a lot more content in the next 3 segments, so stay with us on The Mary Goulet Show. We will be right back.
In the military, things can change in an instant. At Navy Mutual Aid Association, we understand because it's our life too. That's why our dedication to serving the life insurance needs of our military veterans and their families is unrivaled. Navy Mutual offers superior life insurance protection without military service restrictions and limitations. A single focus on providing the peace of mind military families are looking for. That's what we do. Navy Mutual, insuring those who serve. Call 800-628-6011 or go to NavyMutual.org.
Tired of presentations with no impact, no inspiration, and no traction? Do dull speakers have you and your team disengaged and distracted by smartphones? Christopher McAuliffe brings energy, insights, and 2 decades of experience, delivered with punch, humor, and heart. Your team will leave energized, uplifted, and with a sense of purpose. Visit ChristopherMcAuliffe.com to bring some heat to your next speaking engagement. McAuliffe. ChristopherMcAuliffe.com.
One person has the power to change the world, impact millions of lives, and leave a legacy for lifetimes to come. That person is you. In the New York Times bestseller, What is Your What? Steve Olsher, award-winning author and founder of the Reinvention Workshop, reveals his proven process that has helped thousands of men and women discover, share, and monetize the one thing they were born to do. Grab your free copy now at www.whatisyourwhat.com/free. That's www.whatisyourwhat.com/free.
Take a break from politics. Tune in and learn something. WS Radio shows are worth your time and are filled with tips and advice. Add us to your lunch routine, and we'll give you a meal for your mind.
Hi, this is Rob Barnett, VinVillage.com, where wine lovers connect. Be sure to tune in weekly to Vin Village Radio for exclusive, in-depth interviews with the who's who in wine and food.
Take a break from politics. Tune in and learn something. WS Radio shows are worth your time and are filled with tips and advice. Add us to your lunch routine, and we'll give you a meal for your mind.
I've been bragging about Progressive Medical Center to you guys for years, and I'm so excited to have Dr. Agoli with us because, Dr. Agoli, a lot of people walk through your doors, and some of their biggest problems are they're just fatigued, they're tired all the time, and even though they're dieting and exercising, they cannot get the weight off. Why is that?
It's a combination of poor metabolism, inappropriate eating, but more importantly, it's due to a lack of education and really doing the right testing. A lot of our patients are metabolically compromised. What does that mean? Their metabolism is not functioning. The metabolism is responsible for all physical and chemical processes necessary to sustain life, and that includes energy. And without cellular energy, your body is not going to be a burning machine. Let's get back and teach our listeners to be a fat-burning machine.
It's been a lot easier to maintain my weight since Progressive Medical Center started treating me with all-natural supplements, learning proper nutrition, and that can be you today. No more frustrations about being tired or overweight. So why don't you get a hold of Progressive Medical Center today through progressivemedicalcenter.com.
This is your life, live it well.